Hey, welcome back to BLR Knowledge Center. Now, in this session, we'll see how does SQL works. So far we have seen SQL queries writing for creating table and inserting data. Now, let's see like how internally the SQL query is executing and what is the order the DBMS is going to execute your SQL query applying on database data. Okay. So when it comes to here, so you are going to write SQL query here, right? So, so this is what SQL query you are writing, right? And after this, let me draw this way, right? This is SQL query, right? Now, second thing is query language processor is comes into the picture. So once you write query, right? Query language, right? Processor. That means parser plus optimizer. This will come into the picture to take this, right? This particular query and parse this before passing it to our DBMS. And once it is done, it is going to pass to DBMS engine. DBMS engine, that is file manager plus transaction manager. Okay. And after that, it will hit and apply this query in physical database. Okay. So the order, right, this way. First is this way, and third is this way. Okay. And this is how it is going to work before applying the query. Oops. Why this is not copying? Yeah. So first thing is SQL query, you are writing it here. It will parse the query and it will pass it to DBMS engine, and DBMS engine will apply and execute this query on physical database. Finally, it will fetch the data from the database. Okay. So here, right, parser means here, parser means in this process, query statements, right, query statement is tokenized. Okay. And optimizer means it optimize, right, the best algorithm for bytecode. Okay. So when it comes to this SQL query, we have different classes and keywords. Okay. And different keywords or different classes inside of select statement. Instead of select statement. One is from, where, join, group by, having, order by, select, limit. So these are different classes, right, instead of SQL query. Okay. So what are all these? From, where, join, keywords. This is nothing but, right, specify the tables from which data it is going to fetch. Specify the tables from which data fetched. And where means it is used to filter records based on the given condition, right? Suppose I want to fetch only student ID 3387 or marks greater than 85. Okay, join means it is used to combine data from tables based on a common field, like employee, right? And departments tables. If you want to combine employees and departments table, I'm going to combine these two tables using employee ID, right? That is the common field between these two tables. And group by, it is used to group records based on our requirement. Okay. If you want to fetch all employees whose salary greater than 10,000. That is one group. And 15,000, that's one group. So you will be using group by class there. And having class, it is used to filter groups. So wherever you use group by, you need to use having instead of where to filter the groups. Order by generally used to sort the data in ascending or descending order. Okay. And select, I think we have already seen, use it to retrieves data from table. And limit, it is used to specify how many rows are returned. Specify how many rows are returned. So if you want to return 10 rows, you just mention a limit here. Okay. So there also we have constraints as part of SQL, and I'll list out here, and the next session we'll talk more on these constraints. When you talk about SQL constraints, right, we have different constraint: check constraint, and not null, and unique, and primary key, default, foreign key, index. So these are the constraints can be created for the columns data. Okay. So we'll see what is check constraint and what is not null and what is unique, primary key, and other constraints in the next sessions. These constraints is also known as integrity constraints, which basically use it for, applying conditions to the data, right? While inserting into our tables. If you create any constraint to the table, so before insert the data, it will validate the constraint, integrity constraint, and then it insert the data. We'll see individually in the next session about all these constraints. Okay, these constraints, also known as integrity constraints. Okay, so we'll see them individually in the next sessions. Okay, this is how the database SQL works, like query, then parsing, and then DBMS engine will, execute this on physical database and fetch the data. Okay, so please look at this structure and also the classes inside of SQL. And based on the requirement, you need to use these particular classes. Okay. Thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.